Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning Mind the Moment gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and it is Thursday. It's Tara Healey Thursday. So we have Tara, our founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program, with us this morning to guide us along. So good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Suzanne. Really nice to be with everybody.
Yeah, it's really nice to see everyone joining and to know that we're rounding off the week together in this way. And so if anybody's new, a special welcome to you. We've been seeing since the beginning of the year a lot of new folks, which is always encouraging. Many people have certain activities that they like to bring into their new year, and this has tended to be one of them. So we're happy to have you here, and we're all like wonderfully happy to have our regulars. So that's that is always encouraging. So Tara will, excuse me one second. So this morning, Tara will start us off with a question for the group, as always, and then share a few words with us and just lead us in at least a 12-minute guided meditation practice. And after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you go to the bottom of your Zoom screen and you'll see the chat. When you open that up, there's an opportunity for you to click the blue drop-down menu and change it from hosts and panelists to everyone. And then folks can see your comments as you type them. So with that, what is our question this morning, Tara?
Thank you, Suzanne. Well, today is February 1st, and I think there's often a natural association with the heart. And separate from all the commercial, stuff around Valentine's Day, but really I started thinking about a theme related to the heart. And it's a pretty simple question. What might you do for your heart today that would be nourishing? So, and that could be metaphoric heart or physical heart. So what is something nourishing that you could do for your heart today or for somebody else's heart? So something you could do for your own heart or somebody else's heart that feels nourishing as we kind of enter the month of February. And while folks are thinking, Suzanne and I will go. And Suzanne, could we start with you?
Yeah. So as we were pondering this morning, I was thinking I would combine two things in one, because it's actually not going to be too cold today where I am. It's going to be in the 40s. So I'm going to go for a walk and do that with a friend. So I'll combine connecting with someone and also getting a little heart health activity in with a walk. Yeah, heat wave, Julia. Yeah. So how about you, Tara?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have been thinking a lot about just our overall well-being and how it's tied to social connection, and that how important that is to feel connected in with even just one other person or a pet. It doesn't have to be another human, but to care for something and to be cared. And there's a lot of evidence pointing to the health benefits of that. And so I've been thinking a lot about friends that I have not connected with in a while and wanting to reach out. So I would say that would be something that I would do today. And also with the warmer temperature, making sure I get a run in. And so very, similar, Suzanne, I think, but I've been really paying a lot of attention to the evidence around just connecting with others, feeling socially connected.
You know, it's interesting. I wonder if the research, if they've separated live connection versus, you know, digital connection.
Yeah, that is really interesting. I
Mm,
think we've gotten really used to these, you know, this way of connecting. And I have to say, like, you know, during the pandemic when we would have like family or friend group conversations, that it did feel good. It's
mhm,
not the same, quite the same, but it
mm.
still felt meaningful. It felt valuable.
Yeah, definitely. And you do what you can do, right?
Right,
There's
right.
distance involved.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, folks have shared a lot about like the phone conversations with friends, spending time with my mom, reaching out to a brother far away to share a childhood memory, fill my partner's cup with positivity. Yeah, challenging
yeah.
weeks at work. Support my wife who's getting a tattoo to honor her mom who died from COVID. Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Wow.
that's, you know, what a lovely way
Yeah, yeah.
to remember someone. Mm.
Yep.
And Heather's mentioning the light was pretty this morning. There's still snow on the trees. Like going out with her camera. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's also, you know, connecting with nature. There feels really profound too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Lunch plans with a college roommate. Yeah. Yeah. And thinking, I mean, it's interesting to think about your heart in both of those ways, you know?
Yes, like metaphoric and physical, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
And a good hug. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I remember when you were finally able to hug people during the time of COVID, how amazing that was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No replacement for it for sure.
Nope.
Hmm. Yeah, great
Yeah,
comments.
good. Well, I think we can, you know, with all of that in mind, let's move into a practice. And this morning I'm going to take us through a body scan, and then we'll land the last few or several minutes. The last several minutes will be where we'll anchor attention and have a more concentrated or narrow awareness on either breath sensation or a sound or another body sensation. You have lots of options. So,
Sounds good.
okay. All right. So, you want to sit or even stand in a way that feels like it's going to serve you best this morning, that it's going to work for you. So, um, if you are standing, I would keep the eyes open, and the eyes can be open or closed, whatever feels best. If they're open, you want to gaze down a little bit. So let's go ahead and settle into the posture that is going to work for us this morning. And I always suggest just a couple of deep breaths as a way to arrive, as a way to settle any surface tension. See if you can make the exhalation a little longer than the inhalation. So go ahead on your own, couple deep breaths. And surrender your weight. And just let your body weight sink into the support of the surface and into the support of the earth, yet maintain a spine that is upright and engaged, with the rest of the body held by the spine and softened around the spine to the degree that you can. And letting go of all that has happened so far this morning, releasing anticipation of what's next, fully arriving here and now in this moment, body and mind together, and noticing the impact of your morning's activity on the body. So, what are you aware of? It could even just be the points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. And just receiving other sensations such as tingling or temperature, whatever is being offered, really turning toward and approaching with receptivity. It may be unpleasant, it may be pleasant. Either way, the idea is to just receive to the best of your ability, whatever is being offered, releasing resistance. And let's move from whole body awareness now to bringing attention to the feet. We're going to move upward from the feet. So just aware of the soles of the feet, the toes, the top of the feet, isolating this region of your body in your field of awareness. So seeing what you're noticing. Lack of sensation is also something to be aware of. So whatever it is, it simply is. So just receiving and moving now up to the lower legs. So the calves, both the left and the right, and the shins. Kind of zeroing in on this region of the body and noticing sensation or a lack of sensation. Moving awareness to the knees. So the top and the sides and the back. And again, just simply noticing sensation or lack of sensation. Coming up to the thighs. If you're seated, perhaps aware of the points of contact along the back of the thighs. The top of the thighs. And moving awareness now up around the hips. And coming up around the torso, so the front of the body and the back of the body. Feeling from the inside out. Sensations, lack of sensation. And checking the attitude in the mind. And working toward receptivity. And moving up now around the neck. Again, aware of the front and the sides and the back. And coming down now over the shoulders, both the left and the right, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, and hands. Isolating this part of the body in your field of awareness. Receiving sensation or noticing lack of sensation. And feeling from the inside out. And releasing and moving now up to the head. So let's go bring awareness up to the back of the head, the sides of the head, including the ears and the top of the head. And bringing this sort of kind, compassionate, receptive awareness, noticing what's there. And coming around now to the face. Let's see if you can bring full awareness to and isolate this particular area of the body, the face, and softening the muscles of the face around the eyes and the jaw, relaxing the tongue to the degree that you can. Notice sensations in the face, allowing the muscles to smooth, to soften, and receiving whatever sensations you're aware of or noticing lack of. And finally letting that go and coming back to whole body awareness. Taking a moment to let your awareness wander to any particular areas that you think are looking for attention. And taking a moment on your own to find that area and just receive whatever is being offered. And releasing that. And for the remainder of the practice this morning, we're going to find an object such as breath sensation or sound, if there's a consistent sound in your background, or the palms of your hands touching your thighs, or the hands touched together. You could use a point of contact. Instead of having a wide angle lens, of which we've had, we're going to now narrow the lens in on breath sensation, sound, or another body sensation as a way to begin to stabilize and steady the mind. So each time the mind wanders, which it will quite a bit, it's just normal. We're going to decide that when we see that a thought has slipped in, we're just going to gently release it, make a soft mental note thinking that can always be helpful. Soften the body. There's usually a subtle contraction when thought slips in unnoticed, the body subtly contracts. So just noticing, softening, and returning to your anchor, just over and over again. And I'll be silent for the next few minutes. And noticing where the mind is, softening the body and returning. And as we bring this meditation to a close, I want to, I'll ask you to kind of move from body to the words that I'll read here. If we accept the wisdom and more recently the scientific evidence that our relationships really are among our most important, valuable tools for sustaining health and happiness, then choosing to invest time and energy in them become vitally important. And this was Robert Waldinger. So I want to read one other thing. This is Audrey Hepburn. Nothing is more important than empathy for another human being suffering. Nothing. Not career, not wealth, not intelligence, certainly not status. We have to feel for one another if we're going to survive with dignity. And I really love that. So as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can take a moment to just reorient to the room that you're in. Take a minute to just look around and yeah, take a stretch.
Yeah, that was a lovely phrase from Audrey Hepburn.
Isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I really, really love that. Empathy for another suffering. Yeah, it's yeah, really good.
Yeah. And how that intention, bringing that intention into our daily lives could change the world. You know,
Right,
if
right.
everyone had that intention.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty dramatic how it could change the world.
yeah. And it's, it's like compassion is and empathy are skills that can be nourished. And um, they're not all, it's not always second nature for everybody, but we have the capacity to incline our mind in that direction, and all you need is the intention. And my teachers have said that over so many years. It's not like you necessarily have to feel it in that moment. You just have the intention to want to lean in that direction, toward empathy and open-heartedness and compassion. And we know through science that these are skills that can be cultivated.
Mm, yeah. And, this is how mindfulness helps us so much, is
Right.
just taking that moment to pause,
Yeah.
and how, we don't naturally do that during our
Yeah.
day.
I know. Yeah. So anybody, we have just a couple minutes, but it's an opportunity to share anything you've come across recently that you want to let the community know about. It could be a book or podcast or, yeah, almost anything that, you want to offer.
Mm. I noticed MT had a comment on the chat about taking deep breaths to slow the heart rate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And also I love Anne's comment that she in her house makes sure to fill the hug tank every day and
Oh,
so
y-
mm,
yeah.
yeah, all good things to
Yeah.
have us incline our minds to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It matters, you know, what we pay attention to and where we place our thoughts. And I think, um, you know, mindfulness just helps that be more the default mode, you know, that the more we practice seeing what our mind is up to, the more we can see and then either, um, you know, move toward or pause, like whatever is called for. And, you know, neurons that fire together wire together, you know, that phrase. So like we have the, I mean, I think, you know, many years ago it was not believed that our brains were as adaptable as they are, so that we can create positive changes in the brain. Or, you know, the opposite. I worry a little bit about just our connection to our devices and like how that's impacting us.
yeah, I I had been trying to do no phone Sundays.
Oh,
I've gotten out of that a little bit lately, but
yeah,
that's a really actually a wonderful practice.
yeah.
Realizing that, and then it makes you think during the week, oh, okay, well, if I did it on a whole day on a Sunday, maybe I could just put it down for an hour, like,
Right, right. And think about going on retreat, right? Where you just like literally put it away for like almost 10 days, right? You just put it away.
yeah.
I've never missed it. I've never missed it. I've never been like, you know, I mean, part of it is you're in the mindset, you know, where you know, okay, this is, and if anybody needs to get a hold of you, there's a whole method for that. So it's not, yeah, but
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah, and there have been circumstances at retreats, I'm like, I'd look at someone next to me, I'm like, do you want this one? I really don't want it. So it's interesting how our relationship can change depending
Yes,
on how we, you know, how we deal with it. So,
definitely.
so thank you everyone for being
Yeah,
here.
thanks
Nice to be
everybody.
together.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll be back here Tuesday with Christine O'Shaughnessy.
Nice.
So looking forward to that. And yeah, just wishing everybody a wonderful weekend and hoping that you enjoy some extra heart time with loved ones and just taking care of yourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you soon. Nice to see everyone.
Good to see everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.